The latest updates out of Kansas City this week completely changed the atmosphere at Arrowhead. What seemed like just another big game prep week has taken a tense turn, both on and off the field. A slip-up from Andy Reid lit the spark for the Mahomes versus Hurts rivalry, which is already set to explode in Week 2. But while all eyes are on the QB showdown, a new update on Xavier Worthy could shake things up behind the scenes. And in the middle of it all, Harrison Butker stunned the country with a powerful act of faith after a national tragedy. Let's start with the rising tension between Mahomes and Hurts. This could be the most intense chapter yet. Andy Reid took the podium on Wednesday and, as usual, started with the injury rundown. But this one had a little twist. We've got Jalen jump shot, Xavier Worthy. Wait, what? Wrong, Jalen coach. Turns out, the Chiefs' rookie wideout Jalen Royals is banged up with a knee issue, but Reid's name drop of Jalen Rose, yes, that Jalen Rose from the Fab Five, accidentally set the tone for what this week's showdown really feels like. Because come Sunday at Arrowhead, it's not just Chiefs versus Eagles. It's Patrick Mahomes versus Jalen Hurts, round 4. And this one's got that spicy rivalry energy. Think Jordan versus Reggie Miller, Game 7 of the 1998 Eastern Conference Finals vibes. Mahomes, the modern MJ, is gearing up for a legacy game against a rival who has already handed him a few scars. This is no ordinary regular season battle. It has the first time ever 2 Super Bowl winning quarterbacks will square off after winning their titles against each other. Mahomes and the Chiefs crushed Hurts and the Eagles in Super Bowl 57. Then Hurts came back with a vengeance and silenced Arrowhead in November with a gritty 21-17 win. Now, with the series tied, the stakes just keep climbing. And Mahomes? He's feeling it. You're playing the best of the best. So how are you going to respond? He said. You gotta take your game to another level. Oh, and did he mention it's Kansas City's first home game of the season? Yeah, the energy is gonna be ridiculous. Flyovers, fireworks, and 2 quarterbacks who know each other's moves like chess grandmasters. This rivalry's even more rare than it feels. Since the AFL-NFL merger in 1970, this will be the first time 2 teams from opposite conferences have faced each other 5 straight seasons. That's how familiar these 2 squads are. They've traded blows in Philly and KC, split regular season games, and split a pair of Super Bowls. Hurts has rattled off back-to-back wins since his Super Bowl heartbreak. But Mahomes hasn't forgotten that 40-22 beatdown the Eagles handed them in Vegas last February. We know the opponent, Mahomes said, clearly locked in. We know they've got talent all over the field. So when you play teams like that, you've got to elevate. But just when that seemed heavy enough, a fresh update on Xavier Worthy just dropped. And it could shift the Chiefs' entire offensive outlook. The Chiefs might have caught a tiny break in the injury department, and when you're already limping into a Week 2 Super Bowl rematch with Philly, you take all the good news you can get. NFL insider Diana Rossini gave a little glimmer of hope about rookie speedster Xavier Worthy, who's currently chilling on short-term IR with a dislocated shoulder. She hopped on her podcast and dropped a classic wait-and-see update. But it wasn't all doom and gloom. According to Rossini, while Worthy's definitely not expected to go this Sunday against the Eagles, a return for the following week as Sunday Night Football clash with the Giants isn't off the table. That might raise some eyebrows considering how hush-hush Andy Reid and the Chiefs usually are when it comes to injuries. You know how Andy does business. Day to day, Rossini said. But this time we're hearing week to week, and that they're hopeful. No surgery, just time. So while Chiefs fans shouldn't hold their breath for a Philly miracle, the idea of Worthy returning in Week 3? Not crazy. Now, let's be real. Kansas City desperately needs that man back. This wide receiver room has turned into a patchwork quilt. Rashee Rice is out for another few weeks with his 6-game suspension. Rookie Jalen Royals is still rehabbing from his own injury. And suddenly, it's Marquise, Hollywood, Brown, and Travis Kelce trying to keep this offense afloat. That's not ideal when going up against an Eagles squad that's still salty about Super Bowl 57 and just steamrolled Washington. And after the Chiefs already fumbled Week 1 against the Chargers? Yeah, Week 2's already feeling must-win. Worthy was supposed to be the guy to stretch the field and open things up for Mahomes. Without him, everything gets a little tighter. So for now, it's on Mahomes to work his magic with what's left, and on the Chiefs' trainers to fast-track Worthy's recovery without risking a setback. And right when attention turned back to football, Harrison Butker moved the nation with a message no one saw coming. Harrison Butker isn't just known for clutch kicks and long-range bombs. This week, he has become a national voice of faith and reflection in the wake of a tragic and deeply polarizing event. After the assassination of conservative commentator Charlie Kirk in Utah, Butker took to social media with a prayerful tribute that's now resonating far beyond the football field. "Thank you for your strong witness for Christ," Butker wrote, addressing Kirk directly in his post. "Thank you for pursuing the truth and leading your family as a husband and father. Eternal rest grant unto them, O Lord. May their soul and the souls of all the faithful departed, through the mercy of God, rest in peace. Amen." It wasn't just a quiet moment of grief. It was a statement that straddled the line between personal mourning and public conviction. And Butker's words have rippled through locker rooms across the NFL, with players like Lamar Jackson and Giants QB Jackson Dart adding their voices to the wave of sorrow and disbelief. The tragedy has sparked broader conversations about extremism, violence, and the role athletes can play in today's cultural storms. Butker, now in his 9th season with the Chiefs, has never been shy about his Catholic faith. He's worn it proudly through 3 Super Bowl titles, including that unforgettable overtime-forcing kick in February's wild finish against the 49ers. Even when the spotlight's been hot, he's stuck to his principles. On the field, though, Week 1 wasn't perfect. Butker nailed all 3 of his field goals, including a monster 59-yarder before halftime. But he also missed a key extra point in the 3rd quarter, a miss that ended up looming large in KC's 27-21 loss to the Chargers. Still, with a resume that includes a 62-yard franchise record and a career conversion rate north of 84%, there's no doubt the Chiefs are in good hands. Now, with Kansas City on the ropes after a 0-1 start, and a heavyweight fight looming this Sunday against the reigning champs from Philly, the focus shifts back to the field. But Butker's voice this week reminds everyone that the game doesn't exist in a vacuum. Faith, loss, purpose, those are real, and they're part of the story too. Mahomes will need more than talent to overcome these setbacks and keep the offense rolling. And with Butker showing how life and football intersect, one thing's clear, this season feels different. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single Chiefs update.